In life, judgments always have to be made, especially with regards to situations, to world events. And discernment has to be done in whatever we do. To discern means to judge. But it is important that the judgment that is permitted is an objective judgment. We are not to judge the intentions of people, but we should be able to judge based on external situation, on the realities that we see. This is the kind of judgment that is required of us. More so if you are a leader. It is important that a leader must be discerning. He must be reading the signs of the time, the situations, the events that are being unfolded. Good leaders are those who read the signs of history. The world today only cares for himself, and leaders are giving in to their demands because that is the most politically correct thing to do. Otherwise, you lose favor with the people. You become unpopular. Today, leaders don't lead the world. Today, the shepherds don't lead the sheep. It's the sheep that leads the shepherd. This is the irony. And if you look at what is happening, we are permitting all kinds of negative values. Our only concern is the economy, trade, business. So long as it brings money to the economy, even though certain things are ethically wrong, and it will destroy the values of humanity, we allow. And this is going to be disastrous for us in times to come. So when leaders make decisions, do they see far or just within their time? Is it enough just to do a good job here and now? Or the good job that we do will last beyond their time? Today, when we enter into technology, whether it's artificial intelligence, biological advancement, there are no more ethics to govern all this. This is where we need to make a judgment. This is where leaders are responsible. Otherwise, later on, when humanity falls into moral decadence, we do not talk about saving the planet because humanity will be the first to self-destruct. So this is the objective judgment that is permitted. Subjective judgment we should not make. It's not for us to determine the motives of people who do things that are wrong. We can say the action is wrong. Yes, that is objective judgment. But we cannot say and determine why the person is doing it. Only God knows. Jesus does not even judge the adulterous woman. It's important for us to realize this. When people commit offenses, when they sinned, it is not just a question of right or wrong. That is the objective judgment. But subjectively, the person's decisions is actually influenced by many other factors. His upbringing, his culture, his values, his family background, his health, his friends, his influence. There are so many other factors. Whether he came from a rich family, a poor family, whether the parents are drug addicts, whether they are not. So all these factors will influence a person to act accordingly. That is why we should not be too quick to judge. Unfortunately, in the eyes of the law, if you commit a crime, they judge you, the crime has been committed, you go to jail. But God does not judge the way the court judges, looking at the external facts only. God looks at the heart. Have some compassion. We must always remember, before a person is an oppressor, 95% he was a victim first. Because we are coming from a very wounded society, a very broken society. And so we tend to react. And we come from a very promiscuous environment. Every day you're watching pornography, all these ideas are going into your mind. Surely one day you're not careful, all these hidden desires will surface and you're going to molest somebody. So don't just blame the person, because society is also partly involved. It's the way we promote all this on the sublimer level. So, my dear brothers and sisters, before we judge, we have to recognize that nobody wants to be a criminal. When you yourself have committed sin, then you have no right actually to judge your brother. And if you see your brother who have sinned, and you have sinned before, instead of judging, you should be more compassionate. Brother, I was like that. Now let me help you. Let me share with you how I struggle. Now I can overcome it. And if you have never seen what your brother has seen, then you better thank God for giving you the grace. Nothing to boast about. If not for the grace of God, you would have done the same thing. So be humble.